Shalom, Rastafari. Let's touch on the Chotam. What's the Chotam? The Chotam, the signet ring. And when we're speaking of the signet ring, we're speaking of Yehuda Moa Anbesa. We're speaking of the line of the tribe of Judah. And we also are speaking of this Torah portion and Judah and Tamar. Judah and Tamar, one of the pledges that he gave was the signet ring, right? The pledges, the pawns. It's like he put it on pawn or as security, right, for a carnal and fleshy desire, right, with Tamar. But he didn't know it was Tamar. He thought she was a zona or a harlot, a prostitute. Right? He just thought that she was a whore. And he gave her his signet ring, his bracelets, his patil, and his mata, right, and his staff, right, as a kind of a down payment until he could bring forward the payment, which was supposed to be a goat. All right, so we're speaking of the signet ring and the significance of the signet ring, and also in connection with I Rastafari Yosef and Joseph. We have Joseph figures prominently in this Torah portion, right, and in the upcoming Torah portion, as well as Judah and Yehuda. So we have Joseph and Judah. Very, very interesting. Joseph and Judah. We have like Leo and Aquarius. We have the King of Kings, right, and the line of the tribe of Judah, and the black and the brown so-called Negroes. The Negro question, right, is a Judah question, especially here in this North Country, right? And remember, Burhana Selassie, his main intent, right, even with the Buffalo Soldier, was to bring that revelation, bring that vision, right, right, of the King of Kings Christ, to bring that vision, right, of the Rastafari revelation to the brothers, to the brethren up here in the North Country, the so-called African-American Negro. So that connection also with Joseph is key and significant as we are meditating and reading and reasoning, right, in the yeshiva of the LOJ Society for this Y Yesheb. So as we yeshiva, right, in the Yehuda Moa Anbesa Machaber, in the LOJ Society, in this chibret, this einity, right, with that coat of many colors. Remember that coat of many colors that the Father made, right? The Father made that, gave that to Joseph, right, as Abinu, I, Father, Kedamawi Haile Selassie, made this African unity, right, and also gave that forward to I Rastafari via I Yosef, Burhana Selassie, and then also that signet ring right there. All right, so that link, that connection right there. So here we're looking at the signet ring and a couple of different samples, right, as it were, of different signet rings, right? You know, different designs of the signet ring, but this is more or less, this looks like the older one, the straight up silver ones right there. There are a few different ones, as we can see right here. We have, you know, the different signets right here. There's this one. Then we can even see it, you know, on I, Abba, and Father, the signet ring, right? The signet ring, I think right there, right? One on the second to last finger, right? The ring finger of the left hand, right? According to that convention, right? I convention, right? According to I, Abba, and Father. And we also have it right here, one by Burhana Selassie. So we can see this right here, right? We can see this signet ring right here. Now how clear we can get into that right there, but we have it right there, right? So we have this. So you can see this. You can see the signet ring right there as well, right? You can see the signet ring right there as well. And this is the one that is Majesty sent by way of his natural son to his spiritual son, right? And on behalf of I and I as Rastafari, so you see this right there, right? That signet ring, right? So the Joseph, and the Judah, both Judah in the two senses. We have the king, right? The father, the patriarch, Israel, but then we have the children, the lost black and brown sheep in this North Country or in the North America, right? And we had that vision, right, of Burhana Selassie, right, of Bob Marley, right, to reach the diaspora, right, the lost found black and brown here in this North Country. And we can see in this generation right now, right, that first fruits, like the first fruits, as it were, I and I, even being that first fruit, as so-called Afro-American or as Judahites up here in this North Country, not being Benjamites like Jaman, like Jamaicans or Trinidadians, but many of us who are so-called Afro-American receiving, right, that vision, right, receiving that vision which many of our patriarchs, right, rejected, right, even in that time, right, of that sign, right, of His Majesty and even of the first proclaimers of the Rastafari, like Burhana Selassie, I and I Joseph, right? So let's go forward right here, right? Let's go forward to signet, right? Let's look at the signet right here, right? The signet. What is the signet? And how many times signet? I think about 11 or so times. The first time signet appears, we have signet right here. This is the first place that signet appears, right? Where Judah said to the disguised Tamar, the harlot, he said, what pledge? He said, what pledge, what pawn, what security, what arabon should I give, exchange should I give? And she said, thy signet. So you see right there, she said, thy signet, thy chotam, thy bracelets, thy patil, right, and thy staff, thy mateh, that is in thy hand. So let's touch on the first, right, is this signet, right, which in the Hebrew, right, is, here we go right here, is the chotam. So we're speaking about the chotam, right, the chotam, a signature ring, right, or a seal ring, basically a signet ring or a sealed ring, a chatam. And we say the seals, the machitem, 7 seals, the chotam, chawatam, right? The chawatam or the chotam is a signature ring. You see this right here now in KJV, is often translated as a seal or a signet, right? So we have this as a seal or a signet from chatam. Chatam means to close up, especially to seal, to make an end. This is interesting. In coming into that fulfillment of the visitation of Binu Melkenu Kadamawi Haile Selassie would send forward, right, his natural son to give to the spiritual son, Rastafari and I Joseph, that chotam, right, that signature ring of the Yehuda Moa Anbesa, the lion of the tribe of Judah, to chotam. The chotam was given to chatam, to seal up, chatam, seal up, especially to make an end, to mark, to seal up, to bring it to a close. All right, so here we are in this time and dividing of time. Here we are, right, in this so-called the end of time or the dividing point of time, right, in that half an hour space. What is the significance of the chotam? All right, well, the chotam relates to a name, right? We have the name chotam in the scripture, right? Chotam is the name of 2 Israelites, and this is how it's spelled. Hotham, sometimes Hothan, Chotam, right? Chotam, right? So there's the name Chotam, Chotam mean a signet, like a signet ring or a seal, a signature ring or a seal ring. And Chotam is the name of two Israelites. So let's touch on the name of these two Israelites in the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary. We can look up Chotam. So we're taking the Hebrew there is also a name. Many times, Hebrew names contain a lot of key Hebrew words that are used also in the Hebrew on manuscripts like the Masoretic. But we have Chotam means a seal, a signet. We find him in First Chronicles, right? First Chronicles 11:44. Chotam means a seal, a signet ring, means closed or determined, affixed or ended. Chotam was the son of Heber. Heber was a grandson of Asher. According to First Chronicles 7:32, there was also Chotam. The other Chotam was an Ararite, whose sons Shammah and Yael, right, were among David's valiant Chilenia men, the ones who had Chayil, power, right? First Chronicles 11:44. Now, metaphysically speaking, Chotam, what is Chotam? Chotam is the fixed resolution, a determined seal of the spiritually awakened inner understanding, the spiritually awakened inner understanding, that inner consciousness that's awakened and will of man to become consciously one with spirit, one with ruach, one with the menfes, one with the irit, to serve, obey, and magnify Ha-Elohim, Baruch, to magnify the power, to magnify Elohim, the good, Ha-Tob. In Bible times and biblical times, among certain nations, when a decree was sealed by the king, it became irrevocable, unalterable. It had to be carried out and could not be changed, even if Ha-Melech, even if the king himself, the Negus himself, became convinced that it was a mistake. And we can see this in Esther 8:8. For an idea as to why this is about an inner resolution, that Chotam, that signet ring is about an inner resolution that Chotam signifies is to serve Ha-Elohim, to serve Jah, Rastafari, and become consciously one with him. See the meaning of Heber and the name of Chotam's father. Now, it points us in a link to Heber, and Heber is interesting because Heber and the link with Hebrew and Aperu, right? Haberu, Hebrew is linked with Heber, and that was Chotam's father, right? Chotam's father was Heber. So we have Chotam right here, right? We have Chotam right here as a name, right? And we have Chotam right here as the signature ring, right? As that signet ring, right? So for the key link and connection with the signet ring, right? The signet ring of the Lion of the tribe of Judah in this Rastafari revelation to I Barana Selassie, I Joseph, that ring that was sent by the King of Kings to I Joseph, Bob Marley, and the link with the narrative here in this Torah portion, this ninth Torah portion, why Yesheb, that I of the Lion of Judah, Yeshiva, I sit in and study, and we can really see that link between Joseph and Judah, both of them in this particular narrative. And they also link, very interestingly enough, with the Lion of the tribe of Judah, Kedamawi Haile Selassie, who happens to be, they say, a Leo of that sign. And then we have Barana Selassie, right, Bob Marley, Aquarius, and that link with the age of Aquarius, and that link with the dreamer, right? So we also have that particular link, with the dreamer, right, with the dreamer as well, Right, we have that particular link with the dreamer as well. So yeah, we're gonna take a little, a little medi, right? A little